Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to the RWB Constructors Championship Season 4. You're joined tonight with myself, Debug, and RWB Charger. Hello, Charger.
Good evening.
How are you tonight, my friend?
I'm very well. I've got 4 screens going at the moment, so don't ask me too many questions.
You're busy body. Not only that, but I'm going to be asking you to go to certain cars as well tonight.
Not a problem.
So this is Season 4. Charger, you probably know. Well, you might not know. You might know. You might know a little bit more about this than I do. For those who are tuning in for the first time, this is Season 4. It is the first one of Season 4 today. The format is a 30-minute practice with a 15-minute quali, and then 2 races. The first one, which is 25 minutes, starts at 21:30 British Standard Time, and the second race is 45 minutes and will start at 2200 British Standard Time. These require mandatory refuels, 18-minute pit windows. Charger, how have these been going? Because obviously I'm a bit new to these Constructors Championships. They sound quite good.
They've been really popular, actually. Yeah, the sign-ups are really good. I mean, there's a bit of a twist this time where the parent company owns a sister company, so there's sort of, I think it's 8 cars under one team principal. That each manufacturer's got a team principal, and they decide on the cars. They have sort of their track, bonus track that they decide on. There's quite a few other rules as well. It's quite complicated. But yeah, it works out really well because there's a lot of team orders going on. So you might find a few people moving out of the way for teammates.
Okay, that makes sense. And there's also something to mention as well. In this season, there's some bonus rewards that are taking place too. So the bonus rewards, the way it looks to stand is each week the teams have an ability to claim some double points, I believe it is. This week it's a bonus for Aston Martin and Ferrari. So I guess really it's going to be a tactic of those teams will be absolutely laying it on thick to try and get the best possible result for this weekend.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, if it's your bonus round, you want to be getting those double points. So there might be a bit of skullduggery as well. You never know.
Cool. So we got 9 minutes 38 seconds of qualifying to go. We'll go through the ranking in a minute. Just taking note at the moment that I think that's who's Nathaniel Shirley is currently fastest on track for the time of 1:50.184, followed by Godzilla Banksy Guy with 1:50.427. And then we've got Nicholas Krabs as well in 3rd position with a 1:50.544. So top 3 all within a second of each other, and then it splits out a little bit further after that. Have you been following closely to how these guys have been qualifying, or anything they've been saying throughout the week and weekend with the practice they've been doing towards this, Charger, or has it been very secret squirrel?
It's secret squirrel. It's all behind closed doors. I haven't seen that. I'd see obviously rules and stuff, but I have no idea what's going on there. So yeah, I'm as much in the dark as anyone.
I suppose because the beauty of this as well is because you've got a team director with the teams. That team director, I'm guessing, must lay out a load of tactics and put a load of stuff into play just to prepare and get ready for the race too, which is quite unique, really.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously some strategy. I don't even imagine they're sharing tunes and all sorts of things. So yeah, there's definitely going to be. I mean, the strength of the team will be directing the team possible. So you've got someone at the helm that knows what they do. I think that's quite a strong team.
Amazing stuff, awesome stuff. Very, very nice. So just looking as well to the teams, it's worth a mention that the current factory teams, we've got Aston Martin, Audi, BMW, McLaren, Mercedes and Porsche. So Aston Martin with a sister team with Ferrari is team principals Ollie Moss. Audi with sister team with Lamborghini, the team principals Beach GT. BMW with sister team Lexus, with team principals for Chief. Then you've got factory team McLaren with sister team of Bentley is running by MRL March Max Speed. Mercedes AMG with sister team of Honda is team principal Godzilla Kai, Banksy Kai. And then you've got the factory team Porsche with the sister team of Nissan. The team principal is Jammer with that as well. So yeah, it's the only person I know out of that line is Banksy Kai. So that's going to be an interesting job for Banksy.
Sorry, guys. Sorry to pop in unannounced.
Hello, Racer.
Hello,
Oh,
Racer.
hi there. I have some interesting news from the Aston Martin team. Apparently, the team principal has left and is now missing.
So that would be
Yeah.
Ollie Moss.
Yeah, from what I know from some drivers of other teams, apparently he's got left now the Aston Martin, so yeah, looks like the Constructors curse for the British team is striking again. As they've been literally the dumpster fire of previous season. It's starting off not so well for them.
I have actually spoken to Ollie, and he did apologise. He said he's got something come up on Tuesday, so he's not going to be able to do it. It's last minute, so it's fine.
That's interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. I suppose really, I guess it all depends on the involvement of a team principal, really. You know, I mean, I'm essentially or potentially team principal for the or captain for the 9-hour endurance that RWB are doing this Saturday, and I don't think I've got much input. I don't think Madley and Tyrion would miss me if I was gone.
You've got two strong guys in that team, haven't you? That know setups and strategies. So
It cost me a lot of money to get from board, I'm not going to lie.
You at least don't have to put any ballast into the car, don't you?
Yeah.
Thought the Madley and Tyrion's currency was Haribo's.
Well, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to try and keep professional on what some of their currency is, but...
What part of your car speaks professional?
Yeah. For those who don't know, we'll be running quite a Disney-themed car for the 9-hour endurance.
You won't be able to miss that. That's
No.
for sure.
Yeah. Just going back to the guys at the Hungaroring this Tuesday, the qualifying orders changed very, very well. Earlier on, there was only 3 cars with a second of each other. It's changed quite a bit now. They're starting to bang in some really significant lap times, especially as we haven't really mentioned it at all, that they are racing in the wet tonight, which will change things up totally. Nicholas Kraus is in first position. He's now been able to get a 149.7. Nathaniel Shirley with 149.8, only 0.1 behind Nicholas. Then Emo Plate in third position with a 150 dead. You've got Radek Shula, apologies if I get any of your names wrong by the way, with a 150.1. Thomas Kasowski with a 150.2. Crawford Brown in 6th position with 150.3. Martin Schaffer with a 150.4 in 7th position. Banksy, RWB Godzilla Banksy is down into 150.4, still in 8th position now. Xavier Eugenie, 9th with a 150.6. Samuel Kruger with a 10th with a 150.802. So really, it's now, it was 3 within a second of each other, and now it's 10 cars with a second of each other. Maybe about 8 cars, as Radek Shula has just put in a 149.5, which has brought the order down again. Lads, do you think we'll see any? Radical changes and last-minute speedy times in before qualifying's up, or do you reckon that'll be sort of the order that we're going to stay with?
Well, I wouldn't discount Emma Plate or Martin Schaefer. Schaefer being the champion of the GT3 class of the previous season. But also Shula, he's won the season 2, which was GT3 season, or maybe GT4 season. He has won the GT3 season previous year, so he's going to be a really hot prospect for this year yet again.
Right. It's exciting. What else would you want to do at 9:30 in the evening on a Tuesday, apart from
Sleep.
watch some? Well, yeah, apart from sleep maybe, but just watch some on-track action with these cars. Charger, what do you reckon the start's going to be like?
A lot of these guys have raced more seasons. I mean, there's quite a few names I recognise. But they've been pretty clean. The starts, you know, the one thing that we do expect in RWB is clean first laps. You get slapped around for messing up first lap, as you know. So
I remember last season's starts, mainly because I was part of the start. Well, let's say probably Valtteri Bottas took a book out of the last seasons. Probably was race 2 when the leaders just decided to play ping pong with each other. Yeah, I remember. I don't know who it was exactly. I think it was Lacey and one of the Aston Martin drivers at that point. It was an interesting one. Now with the rain, look, it's first race, you wanna get the result. It's Hungary. It's gonna be a tough one for them, for sure. With this many cars on track, it is possible to do it, but it's gonna require lots of patience.
Yeah, it's worth noting. So we've got 40 cars on track this evening, I believe. Yeah, you know, as Racer Soul was just saying, one of the hardest parts of these guys, and one of the nightmares that I carry on living down to this day, going into that first straight and making sure you get your braking points just right for the first right-hand turn, especially with the spray that's going to be coming up behind you. Visibility is going to be poorer for the guys at the back of the pack. You know, it'll really be up to Schuller and Kraus to kind of like optimise their start and get off as quickly as they can for the rest of the pack. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be very, very exciting. There's going to be quite a few turns that they're going to have to be careful of. But I think once they get a good pace and stay set in, they'll be fine for the rest of the race. Do we have an update on the weather? What it's going to look like for the rest of the race, or?
Miserable.
cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Yeah. So,
Well, I can add something, because obviously there's a official practice racing that goes on Monday, which is open to all to join, which follows along with the Tuesday stuff. And it was dry for qualifying, wet for the both races like yesterday. Race 1 start went good. Race 2 start not so much. So we'll see how it gets on. But you know, like Radic was in there, Shirley was in there, Plate, Godzilla, Aston was in there. So there was quite a few of them that were in here tonight. Did do the official practice races yesterday, so they should have an eye for the conditions. I'm just quite shocked. Not, you know, obviously Lacey's just gone up to P2. He was very quick yesterday, so it should be a good race.
It's always the race 2. There's always something about the race to start that creates opportunistic moves. Let's put it that way.
yeah. I think it's a bit like anything really. You kind of the race 1 will always kind of let the guys work out a strategy and the way the other teams race. So it potentially be a little super aggressive on race 2 because they know what they're going to do or think they know what they're going to do. So hello, by the way, Cos in YouTube in the chat. If anyone wants to have a shout out or say hello tonight, myself and Charger are watching the chat, so we'll be there to answer any questions or have a natter with anyone. and they're just waiting now. But the qualifying has ended, and they're just waiting to get onto that grid to start the first race of tonight. Racer, are you in any of your races tonight or tomorrow? Tonight or next week or?
No, I have some commitments that don't necessarily clash with this, but the timetable is set just in a way that I can't take part in the racing. Well, I mean, I did the commentary for the season 2, so I think I can do one more for this season at some points. But now the interesting part will be the start and what can Radek Shula do. Because I was his teammate in the previous one in the BMW GT4 division. And you don't let that man get into the lead. Because if he goes into the lead after lap 1, you can just wave towards him and he's just gonna run away.
Yeah, a bit like when Speed Demon is waves away from everyone in that one as well, kind of.
Yeah, it's something like that. I mean, that's why we have the Platinum Plus division.
Very true, very true. It's worth noting actually. Someone's just mentioned it as well in the Discord. It's nice to see such a healthy difference of cars in the top 10. You've got the Hondas, Porsche, Ferrari, McLaren, Merc, Aston, and Bentley, and Lexus all in the top 10. So it's a really nice mixture there. You haven't got a case of all one class kind of dominating there. So yeah, no, it's really nice to see.
Well, the skill has definitely been evened out between the brands or the constructors themselves. You know, you have those fast drivers, but it's not like all of them are in the same car.
Yes, very true, very true. Because I am wearing my Sparkle Party pants.
It's also noteworthy that Porsche only have 3 drivers here this week. Their 4th dropped out of the league, so they've got to do good to make up for that deficit of points.
They have one more, I do believe, but it's Will Day, so he's gonna be at the back.
10 seconds.
Alright, ladies and gents, we got 5 seconds before session start. For those of you who are new to ACC, it's a rolling start. Once the front runners go around this last corner, you can see them going around at the moment. The rest of the pack will try and stay into tight formation, and once they cross the start-finish line, it will be green lights and go. And we're ready to get this away. It's dry at the moment, isn't it?
Oh, it's very dry. It almost looks like there was no rain at all.
Okay, stay dry though.
Green light. Go, go, go.
So Schuler's got the green light, but he's had a really poor start, and Lacey and Kraus are taking advantage of that, coming up to the first corner, and he's now dropped back into third. But will he be able to outbrake him? No, he's just taking it very careful. And a little bit of a tap. Was that both from the Porsches? I think both Porsches just tapped each other going into the first corner.
Yeah, it was just like 2 going into the same line. Lacey on the left-hand side in the red highlighted Porsche, and Kraus in the white and gold highlights. And they both just went for the outside curve and kind of forgot that they are teammates, and it's lap 1, and they almost gave Radek Shula the lead back. But it is now also we see Crawford Brown in the pit lane on the overlay, so probably something happening for the Honda driver that the cameras have not managed to catch.
Yeah, that's a quick visit to the pit lane straight away. So I wonder if Brown's team or Brown can kind of at some stage relay to us what's going on, what's happened. We'll keep an eye on Discord for that one. But how's it going back? Currently on board with Magnus Dahlgren in third. Oh, and back to James Lacey now in first place for the Porsche team. So you know, out of anyone racer, what Lacey's like. Is this going to be quite a dominating position for him now if he keeps his head down and continues, or is Schuler going to fight back him?
Well, we shall see. They are both at the really top of the RWB when it comes to the speed. Also, we see Lacey swinging the tail a little bit of the Porsche. But I would say, knowing Shulai is not gonna let him go easily. But it will definitely be one that is gonna tell us how the season is gonna go as well. Something to tell us what is gonna happen. I'm interested to see Niklas Kraus and Mr. Shirley, how they do. There's definitely two new names that are here to make a name for themselves. But you look at the top 10, you see the rest: Godzilla, Schaefer, Jordan, Barnett, all of them are drivers of high level of the RWB, so it's not gonna be easy for someone to just make the break and run away.
Right, gotcha. I think we've had some more people as well. Have we had some more people going to the pits? Looking at it, I think we've got Crawford Brown and Alex Vilch in the pits at the moment. Oh no, that's a Bentley in the pits too. So we'll have to have a look at what's happened potentially.
Well, who's doing the cameras?
That'll be my colleague RWB Charger on the cameraman side.
Okay.
Yeah, just a shout out to Nicholas Kraus, who's in third as well, using his ICC TV app. Very good app. Just that I'm crap at it. So there's so much information. I'm trying my best.
Shameless plug.
It's very good actually. It's just there's a lot to take in, so I'll get better as we go.
Yeah, like big thanks for ACC TV to actually giving us the opportunity to use the tool. But it's a slight, very good upgrade to the basic ACC streaming tool that we have. We're currently looking on Damien Wilk, the man who is behind all of this, who is running this whole series. I would say that he is the head of the series. You would expect him to be like at the high end of the grid, but he's happily running in the mid pack, hoping that this season will be slightly cleaner.
Okay, yeah.
That is not clean between Kevin Shepard and what looked to be the Lexus of Rock Kopsche. How managed to go around, but Kopsche just launched down the inside into turn 2, escorted Shepard really wide. That's gonna be one that Shepard is not gonna be happy about, and probably something for stewards to take a look at after the race. But back to Damien, let's say, speaking of the last season, there are some penalty points the drivers can accumulate over the course of the season, and I'm not sure if they probably changed a little bit, but previous season was 50 penalty points and you got not 50, 30 penalty points and you got a qualifying ban, and after 50 you got the race ban. Well, and sadly Damien had a small habit of hitting BMWs in the season, so even the series organizer can get banned from the race, which shows the equality between the drivers, that you just don't have the preferential treatment at any point.
Right. Yeah, that's always good to see, to be fair. Just a shout, Lacey, Schuler and Kraus have started creating a little bit of a gap down to Nathaniel Shirley. They're now 4.5 seconds, car 53. Sorry, 6. If I read this right, 4.5 second gap seems to be created right now between the cars. So yeah, it definitely seems to be the three front runners there are doing quite good. And as you can see on the actual stream itself, three runners, pretty much three front guys, just pretty much keeping themselves to themselves and staying out of trouble. But how's it looking at the back order, Charger?
You've got a bit of action with Nate and Matt L there.
Yeah, just can we have a look at Daniel Barnett as well? Because he seems to have just quickly fallen down the order a little bit.
I think there's a mandatory pit on this, so I think they're all pitting early, so they're going to be shifting around a bit on that.
Right, gotcha.
Barnett's pitted.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it
pit
has
window
been.
is open. It's gonna be interesting for the leaders. When do you pit? Because I remember as a GT4 in the previous season, I was trying to delay the pit stop for as long as possible until the leaders have caught up to me. Because you can run your pace, but when you have to start letting the faster cars die, you are going to lose time to the others. So it's gonna be interesting also here. How are they going to tackle it? If they pit early or do you pit late? Because the clean air, especially at Hungaroring and other twisty circuits, it's gonna be really a race deciding factor.
Yeah, I've got you. I'm fully with you.
And we have a message from one of the drivers of the race, Alexander Viek, the Ferrari driver. He has had a small mistake, missing his braking point on the dirty line into the turn 2, and just could not stop the car, and there was a collision involving multiple cars throughout there. As he says, it was bowling. So the first lap, and we already have our first bigger incident of the race.
Yeah, Alex will be beating himself up about that because he's a nice guy. He's not like that. He's a very clean racer, so I'm sure he'll be in the corner whipping himself.
It had quite tough luck last season, but he was involved in many incidents, but most of them at that, not like this one, like literally incidents that were caused by other people and just unlucky to be in bad position. But something has happened on the track because now Radek Shula is in P4, even without the served pit stop, so probably a mistake or lap traffic that's caused him to lose 2 positions to Shirley and Plate.
Yeah, Godzilla's on a charge as well.
I think Shula and Nicholas had it coming together because they both dropped down the back together.
Could be a possibility. We saw Niklas being really close under the rear wing of the Honda.
Any is there any preference, any preferable preference you gents have when it comes to being in the constructors and car to use on these tracks? Or Ferrari, instant.
Yeah, the
What-
default pick.
Well, nice. What is it about the Ferrari that you like so much?
Well, there's just a story of watching F1 with my father. He was like a Ferrari fan, so I was brought into being a Ferrari fan. And to be fair, I just like how the car looks. With the red base, you just can't get better. And also the handling of it I quite enjoy. It can be a bit snappy, but I like that when you turn in as the mid-engine car, it has that front end to turn in. At least that's how I feel it and how I like the car to be. And that's basically it.
What about you two lads? Any preference, you two, at all? The car choice, or?
I did the constructors once. I think you used a Lexus. We did quite well.
You like that Lexus, though, don't you?
I sort of gone off it a bit, but yeah, it's safe. It's a safe car. You finish races, you know, that's what I like to do, is finish races.
I think we just saw Banksy going a little bit wide there on the first corner as we're on board with MO Plate at the moment. There we go, now riding on board with Banksy Kai in 5th position. As Charger said, he's having himself a pretty good race at the moment, and nice to see him not in that skyline. He's just currently on the back of Shula.
I think he's pulled the second fastest lap there, Shula's first.
Yeah, and he has gone past. He made the move. Now that was a pretty bold move into that corner. that could have gone all sorts of wrong if if they didn't have the observation and abilities they've got. But that's Banksy now into 4th, I believe.
I think that was a good marker.
Oh, was it? Oh. It was a Honda. I thought it could have been that, but no, it looks like it probably was a back marker.
Looked interesting because the Honda was losing lots of time. I was starting to wonder if Radek had some kind of damage or something happening to him. But you know, it's the start of the season, so we have to get used to all of the liveries and all of the names and who is with what car. As we have our
looks
first
like
stop and go.
The Lander is the one that's getting lapped, I think.
Yeah, it looks like Nicholas is the first
At the
front
halfway
runners to
mark,
pit.
still a long way to go.
So trying to get some clear tracks so you can pump in some fast lap times.
As we almost had a murder life going there between the BMW cars, Warden and I think Perez getting really close to each other. As
That was
Warden
pretty
now
close, wasn't it?
dives down the inside trying to lap Gerlander. Hungaroring, it's a small track, you are always close to someone.
Well, he's certainly on a charge, is Nicholas. Lacey's pulling clear, but he hasn't pitted yet.
Oh, with the pit window closing in 80 minutes, he will have to think on when to pit, but he has clean air. So I don't think we are gonna expect him in anytime soon.
Oh yeah, it's a short race to start, isn't it? And then they have the longer one.
Yes.
Yeah, all the pit stop will be would just be literally pull into your pit box, put 1 litre of fuel in, out, so you're like looking at 3 to 4 seconds max of a stop.
Yeah, but still it at least has some kind of something that you can gain on. Because going to the pit lane, it's kind of a skill set that you have to learn on. When do you brake for the pit entry and when do you brake for your pit stall so you don't overrun. And all of that, there is lots of time that can be gained and lots...
Oh, that was close.
That was very, very close. I believe that's a back marker he's currently tussling with. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's Rock Copsen. By the looks of it, he's currently 16 seconds behind the car in front, Rafael Malho. But yeah, it's yeah, you don't want to be coming across that kind of stuff when you're racing for position.
And it looks like it was almost like a brothers fight between the two coaches.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it's brothers or some kind of other relation between them. It'll be interesting to find out during the break. But also a message from the Bentley driver of Aston Martin. Bentley driver Simon Trebek. Apparently he lost the back end through the chicane and the car behind just clipped him and that sent him into the wall. That was his mistake and like nothing the car behind could have done. So an unfortunate error with big consequences for the driver.
This is quite a cheeky battle between Damien Wilk, Hugo Gomez, and Emil. I can never pronounce his name, so I'm not gonna try. But oh,
Sjöblom?
Sjöblom. Gomez.
How he is known, the goat friend with the goat father.
Go for it.
That's it.
He's actually filling in for his dad, isn't he, Matt?
Oh, brilliant.
Again, the goat father, as we have somewhat named him in the group.
Looks like Mr. Wilkes just struggling a little bit there. Just struggling a little bit there with Emil behind him. Also, you got 27th and 28th, I think, are catching him as well. And Gomez has just cleared and shot off now that he's gone past Mr. Wilkes.
Yeah, Emil can be a quite good pair of fast hands when he's on his good day. From the experience, he can be like as fast as Radek at some point, but he has his like, it's like on a wave. Like at some point he's at a high, but it can go also lower. And it's interesting to observe that some drivers have this kind of wave where they are incredibly fast, but then it can just all fall down and they literally can't control the car during the races.
There's battles everywhere.
Yeah, it's quite nice to watch at the moment. I think we're obviously we're on board with Eddie Warden at the moment, and the car in front is Thomas Kasowski in the Aston Martin. I'm not too sure I like that light livery on the BMW. It's looking a bit, just a little bit. Sorry, by the way, Thomas. Oh no, it's not Thomas, is it? Sorry, it's Eddie. It's Eddie with that colour. Is that the yeah, that's the Aston Martin right in front of him that he's after position for. So it'd be quite good. Can we see that again, Charger? Or he's got the run on the or he's got the run on him. No, not so much. Not so much. The Aston Martin seems to have got a few more legs on him.
Kasowski's challenging Nicholas though.
Yeah.
And all of these are pitted as well. That's actually interesting that Lacey's pitted now, so he's still in 7th.
Well,
So
there is
he's-
not many left to pit.
No, he's the front runner of the pitters.
Yeah, so Lacey's stop was 3 seconds quicker than Nicholas's.
Also quite a good charge it is in the end for Godzilla, as we have our first drive-through penalty, and I think that was Niklas Kraus, as he just popped onto the timing board.
Yeah, car 88 had the
And Nicholas has been exploring them track limits around here.
Oh, and someone exploring the track limit is definitely the Beamer of Eddie Warren, or Warden. Taking the scenic route through the final sector of the circuit, and Niklas already going to the pit lane serving that penalty. And it's going to be a painful one for sure.
We have a new leader.
We do, yes. Rafael Malho. I'm assuming the current leader has pitted. Finally.
Well, he's
Picking
got
those-
21 seconds on Lacey, who has pitted. So I don't think that's going to be enough to keep him out front.
Yeah, but Rafael is cutting it really close because there's just 40 seconds left in this pit window. And you just have to enter the pit lane before the time runs out, but I think he will have to hurry quite a bit to make sure he does not run out of time.
It's gonna be close, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
there we
probably
go.
I
can
think
do it.
he's timed that really well, actually.
Well, let's see. 13. 10 seconds to spare. Someone has been doing the math.
No doubt
Some
about that.
would call that perfect timing.
I call it luck.
Throws him down.
Oh. That's why you try to do to go into the pit lane somewhere in the middle or later, but not as this late because it can get out of hand really fast.
He's not done too bad though. He's not lost. He's fourth now, isn't he? Sixth.
See where he files out, but should be somewhere in around of the top 10.
Yeah, he's filtered back in 6th by the looks of it.
Quite a good timing for him, and probably the clean air that was in front of him all the time in the lead, or in the provisional lead that he had.
It's showing him as not pitted.
Maybe he failed to do the minimum pit requirement, which is fuel.
That's a good
Of
thing.
course, yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
he botched the pit stop.
You know, we had this on the Zandvoort race of one of the RWB league races where the guy didn't hit the pit box right and it jumped him back to the, you know, it does its thing where it moves you into position and he thought that was his pit stop, so he drove off.
Oh, Rick Binnersley. Yes, shout out to Rick who fucked his pit stop up.
Yeah, I had the same thing where the car went up onto the jacks, it dropped down and I just logged it. Yeah. Didn't realize the pit stop didn't happen.
Right, man, leader is on the final lap. Give it all
It's
you
best
can.
just to carry on and take the punishment of the whips and chains later on.
I wanted to say luckily it's just a practice race, but it's not.
It's the warm-up for the main event though.
And I guess the race start for the next race is the qualifying order as well again.
Yes. I say Emo's done quite well this race. You know, he's worked up his way into second place and he's right on the back of Lacey.
The McLaren is a bullet in a straight line, but will he have enough time to use that? Does not seem like
Back markers could play a little part in this.
It all depends on if they go for another lap or not. I don't think they will with 30 seconds left at this point on the track.
you would need a rocket ship to finish the lap in that time.
Oh, Lacey's made a mistake.
Oh, let's give ammo then.
Yep, he's gone.
He's got it.
This
yeah.
is fantastic.
Is Raddick going to get him as well?
Raddick's going to
Maybe
go
that-
for it though.
There's a chance if he can get good drive on this corner, maybe he can put the nose down there, but just a little bit of slide.
I could see Raddick licking that stand for that last corner there.
Yeah, but the post office was closed at
Leader
that
has finished the
point.
race.
Currently on board with Eddie. Steady Eddie. Being chased by, again, another McLaren right behind him, Samuel Kruger. Manages to keep it back in 11th position. How's the battle with Damien Wilk and Gomez looking, Charger? Is that Porsche? It's Porsche of Nicholas Kraus right behind Mr. Damien.
That's a good
Yes.
recovery guy. Right drive for Nicholas now. After
Yeah.
drive through.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I doubt he'll be making that mistake in race 2. It's very costly in these shorter races to get drive-throughs. It's worth losing, you know, the couple of attempts a lap, not taking the extreme track limits versus, you know, spending 40 seconds going down the pits.
Good to see Al Gardner out there. He's had a bit of a sabbatical, hasn't he? Not been too well, so it's good to see him.
Well, after this race, I'll be leaving you boys. It's unlike some. I have to get up to work. God, I hate that.
It's a necessary evil.
Necessary evil to fund my sim racing career. It's yet to kick off, but one day. Maybe. But it's fun chatting with you. I'll maybe drop in again next week.
Yeah,
cheers, Racer.
So, the main event.
45 minutes, mandatory pit stop.
Yep.
Any guess? Well, it's anyone's race, to be fair, right now, isn't it? It really is. That was really close at the end.
I think I'm going to have to go with Emo again.
I'm gonna. I don't know. I've had some training from Nicholas. He's one of our driver trainers. I'm surprised he did. He's, track limits, to be honest, because he's pretty good. I'm gonna put some money on him. What do you think,
Okay.
Dougal?
I'll be honest with you. I'm loving the racing. To be fair, a lot of these guys I'm still getting used to with their names and their racecraft and positions they should be in. So, yeah, for me, it's anyone's game right now. I mean, if it wasn't for Lacey's last minute mistake, I mean, he'd have easily have taken that. He could have easily have taken that win. But then that's the name of the game, isn't it? With Plate, he dominated. He took advantage of that one small mistake, and as Speed said, it was very. It wasn't much until he could have lost second and been in third. So
Yeah, I mean, you've been away for a while. It's interesting. I think there's about 75% of these people racing in here have done all 4 seasons.
nice.
Mm.
And some of them, this is literally the only racing they do at RWB. They're not able to do the Saturday stuff, or it's just not their cup of tea. So this is their primary racing for them.
yeah, I think that's the beauty of it, isn't it? It's things like this that really, really spice things up, and it's nice to see it. It's nice to see it for anyone who's new to watching these. Just go to rwbracing.club and have a look at the events tab, and you can see what the club's got to offer. So yeah, no, I've not seen the Constructors Championship before, or really had a proper involvement in it. So it was quite exciting to see it and the way it's laid out. So
Yeah, this is all Damien's brainchild, and all his hard work he's gone into this. He's on his 4th season now, and he doesn't seem to be slowing down.
Yeah, we have no idea what he does. He does some wizardry and stuff. So yeah, we leave him to it.
hello, Mr. C. Sammy. There's again a green chroma key on the stream. All the green bits on the stream are grey or black. I'll leave that to you on that one, Charger.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
It's on the streaming PC. I think it's to do with Nicholas's tool. I think he uses green chroma keys to add the overlays.
Right, we have some wet conditions. Watch out for curbs and exit, and remember to
Oh dear.
We got a 2-minute 20-second until the session starts. Same positions as they were in before with quali. However, that's a bit of rain, isn't it?
And it doesn't look like it's going to back off. Just looking at that quick weather forecast, next 7 minutes it's going to get even heavier.
So this is anyone. Well, I'd like to say that weather doesn't mix the grid up and and change things, but ultimately you're always going to get some drivers that are more confident and practice more in the wet. So it could totally screwed up my predictions for. And I think all of our predictions who's going to get it this race.
Well, I did the practice racing with them on the open night last night, and I held up Mo in the first race, and he was quick in the wet, and then I held up Lacey in the second race, and he was quick in the wet. So,
Right.
and Raduk was quick in the wet as well. Nicholas wasn't there, so I'm not too sure. But going off his qualifying pace, yeah, he's going to be quick. So it all depends on if you can get a clean turn one, because this is the race yesterday that, you know, a little bit of concertina in and, you know, people closing gaps, and it caused the Ferrari to come spinning down into turn one. And that took out Mo. So, you know, you can quickly go from a hero to a zero in turn one if you get caught out, as we saw in the F1 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that, Sam, on the stream. I'm not sure how to fix that.
I don't think we can. It's something we have to get sorted on the streaming PC.
So they're away. Radek in the Honda, putting the pack, leading the pack with Lacey in second, Kraus in third, Shirley in fourth, and Plate in fifth. It's going to be absolutely crucial for these guys to get the power on at the right time and to put themselves in the right position for the first corner. And into second corner, I think it's going to be green light and off they go. So just see what kind of start the first front runner got.
Oh, who's that's gone off?
There is a spinner.
Looks like Shirley. Car 53.
Car 53 Shirley. Yep.
Rotated by the white Porsche. Klaus.
It's not as clean as last time for the first one. The cars going side by side through the third corner. Pretty well kept together though. This corner is not the kind of one you want to be going side by side to, carrying a lot of speed in the wet. But Thomas seems to be doing a good job of it, currently in 7th position.
The Aston and the front ending cars are going to be really strong in the wet.
Lexus is good in the wet, though.
That's what I'm saying. The front engine cars is going to be strong. So, you know, you've got Aston, you've got Nissan, and you've got Lexus, and the Bentley all line astern behind, you know, a lot of the mid-engine, rear-engine cars.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just need to learn how to drive a mid-engine, rear-engine car, though, don't you? Like, all the actual Porsche 911 owners I've ever known look at you when you say it's a crap car, and they just go, you just don't know how to drive it.
Yeah, it's more in the sim. You know, the front engines have a bit more. The lateral load just doesn't shift as quickly, so it doesn't. You know, you get a bit more slide on the mid-engine car, and it's just going to slide out. The Honda's got a good start. That's rear engine. The Porsche's good in the wet. It's just more when it comes to them curves in the wet and over the curves in the wet. The front engine cars are a lot more stable.
Yeah. So Radek Schuler seems to have kept himself well. Sorry, So Radek's holding first position at the moment with James Lacey behind him, 0.6 of a second behind him. The car that really suffered from the front was, as we already talked about, car 53, Emmanuel Shirley, seemed to be the car that went off at the start. and is currently running down in 36th position. Shame to see there, but the rest of them seems to have now gotten away and looking pretty clear now.
And Banksy's all on the back of Neil's.
Banksy's,
Yeah,
he started 6th position, so he's doing really well.
Banks is on the charge as well.
Yep. I've always referred to Banksy as a Max Verstappen of the sim racing world. I don't know if that's fair to keep calling him that now, because Max Verstappen's obviously matured.
I would have called
And
Banks Hulkenberg, because he is the Hulk.
well, Max actually wins races. I don't think Banksy does.
Oh,
That was a cheap shot. Sorry, Banksy.
Banksy, fire brigade, you need them flames put out.
on board with Magnus in the Ferrari, the green bogey-looking Ferrari. That looks like what comes out of my son's nostrils at the moment while he's feeling poorly.
That's a nice visual there.
Yep.
No,
What's-
this being
Oh.
there.
Just saw that snap on that car, didn't you? It was going absolutely fine, and then just that little tiny snap put him in all sorts of trouble. But kudos for not rejoining in a dangerous way, Gomez. That's the way we like to see it.
Yeah, and the drivers at the minute would be feeling it in because they've just done 25 minutes in the drive. You know, they'll be feeling, the wet conditions in the so there's going to be a little bit more mistakes.
33rd and 34th, please, Charger, or probably less than that now. We've had a couple of cars go off. A little bit of touch in there, just behind Hugo Gomez, and let's keep an eye on these guys here. As Speed just mentioned, possibly a bit of difficulty adapting from the dry conditions for 25 minutes to what these guys have to deal with now for the next 45. Hutchinson currently 35th position, and he's off.
Oh, that's big.
It seems
That's
to be
a bit.
it seems to be every car Charger's focusing on, it's crashing. So who's next, Charger?
Let's take a step.
Simon, Mr. Tribeck. Let's see how he fares on this next corner.
Bit of a pack here, isn't
There is a bit of a pack indeed, a mighty pack, and they're all racing pretty respectfully at the moment.
I wonder if some of these are just like waiting for that pit window to open so they can jump in, get out of this group and get a bit of clear track. So that's what I would be thinking at the minute if I can't get past.
Yeah, it's worth noticing that Martin Schaefer was in 10th position.
Oh,
Schaffer,
it's off there.
he's dropped down, and Samuel Kruger's now taken 10th in the McLaren. As I'm keeping a beady eye on the top 10 at the moment, as well as the action we're watching at the back as well.
Little shout out to Sue Sam, the little French baguette. Hello. Really?
I don't think I've ever heard anyone call Sam a French baguette.
He's lovely.
Is he a warm French baguette?
He is, yeah, the
Yeah.
butter would melt all over him.
The best one, you'd eat him all up whole.
Oh,
That's just got a disturbing image in my head.
Yep. Of what Charger does with baguettes.
Well, more way does with French people.
Mr. Kraus has dropped down into positions, and we have seen as well. No, Banksy has pitted. I think
Banksy, yeah.
Banksy's pitted.
Has he pitted?
No,
Yeah.
I think he's had a mistake.
Oh, okay. Mistake, but could be very costly. And also Don Jordan's fallen down the order as well. So I wonder if he got caught up in it.
It looks like he may have had a spinning sector 3 as well. Yeah, so you won't be pitting now because the pit window's open, so you effectively just keep beating yourself. But Mr. Schuller out front's just pumping in, low 51s.
Yeah.
That's a 1.2 second lead.
He's absolutely flying, isn't he? Yeah. He's doing very well. He just needs to keep his calm, and Charger needs to get off his camera now, or he's going to crash.
Let's make him crack. Ooh.
Oh, bit wide there from Mr. Lacey.
You call that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so going back to the Banksy, I think he may have had a little coming together with Nicholas in that sector, because Nicholas's last sector was 1 second slower than what he's been doing. So I'm going to
Any damage?
I think you're right, because if we look at the timings as well, on these statistics that I'm still getting used to, yeah, Kraus does fall down at the same point Banksy does, but just not as bad. So I'm guessing it might have been a spin for Banksy or an off for Banksy, and just a bit of a correction for Mr. Nicholas.
Well, Banksy was behind Nicholas at the time, so I wonder
Yes.
if Banksy's got a nose in there and sadly it's chopped off.
Meanwhile, on Stream News, Cos has finally realised that he's not colourblind.
Yeah, he's definitely adding a bit of spice having that black thing on everything that's green. Definitely does.
I got to see it for myself now. It looks alright to me on the mainstream. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Oh, it looks like someone sorted it now because. Oh no.
Excellent.
No, no, ignore me. Talking bullshit.
So, front runners really. It looks like James Lacey has gained a little bit of time on Radek Schuler. So we will be keeping an eye on that. And he pumped in a good time last lap. So getting very, very close there, and they seem to be leaving Mr. Kraus behind slightly.
Oh, as Mr. Kraus is in the barrier.
Yep, there we go.
So Debug has got the first commentator first off this week.
Oh dear!
Oh, dearie me, dearie me.
Who was that?
I don't know, but my God, that well done to those who avoided it. That was very, very quickly done.
I think the guys will be ordering a fresh pair of boxes and changing the pit stop.
Just a little bit. Oh, Warden's got a little bit wide there, which is given the inside there. Ooh, that is someone taking a passing a back marker there. Come on, back markers. There we go. That's what we like to see. Lacey's still keeping that second gap, so he's even quicker this time. Actually, look at that. He's hunting him down.
Yeah, Lacey yesterday was really quick in that really fast left-hander over the crest.
Right.
It's looked like he's kept that pace today as he just closed up like 2 or 3 attempts.
Worth noting that Mr. Kai has regained 9th position, or gone back up to 9th position from 11th, so well done there.
On another shout, my car looks to be in P3 at the minute.
Excellent stuff.
Say,
I've still got my money on my class.
It's good. He had some good traction on him, Mo, out of that corner.
Yeah, I wonder if Corford got caught out by the couple of backmarks and were just passing there and again everyone the chance to get past.
See, Sammy, that's definitely a vision I'd pay to see. A mechanic bringing out a spare set of boxes to a driver after a near miss.
The pit is now open.
This will be interesting with the pit window open. I
Yeah.
wonder if everyone's going to dive in.
Yeah. I'm just going to leave you gents for a second to have a nervous week.
Yeah, I don't think, Sculler or Lacey would pit because it'll drop them back into that big gaggle that's just going through to 6, 7, I think in a minute. Just going up over the crest. So they'll probably wait towards the end, once someone will be pitted.
Yeah, it's no point in pitting with clean air, is there?
No.
These guys will probably pit though, I imagine.
I expect Lacey to try to do the undercut. Get a couple of clean laps rather than being gimped by the caravan, the dirty air and obviously the spray. Second on Lacey in that lap. Did the quickest lap of the race so far, 50.83.
That's a second quicker than Lisa.
Yuck.
Well, last lap anyway.
I see we've got some cars going down the order now. Kraus pitting? Does that look like?
Brown's in the pits. I think Nicholas had another spin.
Oh, did he? That's a shame.
That's a good pit for Crawford. Keeps him. Is he coming out there?
Fifth. He's come out fifth.
No, I think he's
Has he
not.
or? Ah, yeah. Sorry.
No, he's dropped back quite a bit actually.
Yeah, you see what I was saying, that he's dropped out into a group of traffic.
Yeah.
So, maybe a couple more laps for the front two.
Oh, cold tyres.
Either that or you focused on him.
Now that looks like he got on the power and tried to turn off the curb, and he's just spun him around. It's very, very easily done in the wet conditions.
If I know that he's part of the Wolfpack, if I know the Wolfpack, you'll have Josh and a few other guys possibly giving in some stick at the minute on team speed or something.
So yeah, it really looks like what you were saying, speed. It just doesn't pay off to pit this time for front runners at the moment. They're getting too. I mean, yeah, it's not easy to get past these guys in the dry, let alone get past them in the wet. If you got a little bit more pace.
Yeah, I think it's worth for them just leaving it a couple more laps. A few more will be pitting. So fresh track.
Sergio with quite a few cars around him to contend with and keep at bay. It's like if there's one thing the wet brings to our races, it's a bit of entertainment and a bit of action on track. And Sergio and the guys around him just getting a bit wobbly there. They're certainly bringing us some entertainment on this stream and some great driving.
Yeah, because what is this pack? Is this like from Banksy Kai downwards?
Pretty much, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Just one mistake, you could be losing, 7-8 positions. So I've got a couple more bits.
That's a very bright car.
It is a, I've been a bit, yeah. I won't say anything too critical because I'm sure the livery that we're using on the Saturday will be commented
I wouldn't
on.
say too much.
Well, he did say it's all the leftovers from the other cars, as is the reserve for Mercedes.
True. So we just got Thomas Kasowski rejoining at the moment, DTM Racing, and he rejoins. Is that 19th he rejoins into or 12th? I can't quite. 19th he rejoins.
12th, not too sure.
No, me neither. Must be 19th, yeah.
Yeah, because the thing's ticking down on the left, but he's one on the right's not changed.
Well, he's top of the people that hit it, so he's in a good position.
Yeah, but I think it's just a case of the guys up front playing it safe-o, and they just need to get past it. If they can create a gap and distance from that main pack, then especially if they wait for the rest of the guys to pit, they're laughing, basically. It's just whether they can control the car in the wet with the tyres.
Let's see if we can make Mad L crash.
Oh, don't. He was my rival in Bit of a brave move there from Mr. Cops. I wouldn't have wanted to see the result of that if he'd stuck with it. I think Mr. Al would have been a bit mad.
I think that was premature diabolization.
Yeah.
That's a new one. Shout out to the Chief. I think Chief will be doing the commentary next week.
Mr. Chief.
Well, he's got to do better than us, hasn't he?
Oh, too right.
He's pro, we're out.
So these top two, they're still being stubborn, aren't they? They're not coming. They're not moving at all.
They're very close.
Oh, they're very, very close now. All of a sudden, I wonder if there's been a little bit of a change in pace and direction between for Schiller.
Who's going to pit first is the question.
Or crash, one of the two.
Let's see if we can make a crash. Which one do you want to do?
Let's stay on the rear of. I was going to say, let's stay on the rear of. Just while they come down this main straight. Let's see what they do.
He can't get the camera, but he can't make his mind up.
I know, right? We've got some defensive lines being taken here, moving back over to the left to take the corner, but he's clearly knows he's in a bit of trouble. It looks like a lap ago, Schiller did make a mistake, and that was a bit costly for him. Let's stay on board with these for the time being, as this could be a crucial moment for the race. our cameraman. He's quite new. He's quite new in the job, everyone.
Yes,
so
yes, I'm
you have to bear with
my way through all these little boxes.
So these two are currently, if you just start to watch the stream, these two are currently fighting for P1 and P2. Very close battle in the wet, and the battle has pretty much ensued the entire 25 minutes of the race so far. I don't think it's gonna stop, to be honest. It really is. It really is a case of who's got the balls to pit last minute with 7 minutes 58 seconds left until the pit window closes.
That's the one I was looking for.
That's the one, the rear wing. Beautiful rear wing. Hey boys, and yeah, hello everyone on YouTube and watching the stream. I just want to see what happens on the next straight. Just see if there's any kind of difference. If Schuller takes a defensive point again. Just seems to have he's got a good exit. He drifts over to the right again. Yeah. Oh, that's massively compromised Lacey. Massive. That will be absolutely music.
Full advantage of that, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the kind of thing you love to see as a racing driver. And still, Lacey is caught behind the BMW, and I guess the Beamer and the other car is racing, hence the reason he's not giving up that place. But that is absolutely massive for a race leader. Yeah. Oh, just a bit of frustration, maybe. A bit too much on the accelerator, as you can see the guy, Schuller now getting past more traffic, and just more for Lacey to have to get through. So hopefully these Lamborghinis will let him past. Yep, that's one. Is he gonna? Can he get past? There we go. Good job, my friend. And the hunt is on again. Meanwhile, Mo Plate, he's having a pretty chilled out race in third position. He's got nothing to the front, nothing in front of him, and nothing behind him really, apart from Mr. Kai, which has made up positions quite nicely back into fourth. So the wet has definitely favoured Banksy through this race.
Yeah, only if he didn't make that mistake or have that collision in the race. He'd effectively been P3 already.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Lacey pits.
Lacey's pitted. Oh, come on. Get on that Lacey camera. Let's see where he comes out. This is crucial. Nice and quick.
Emo's in the pits as well.
Okay.
It was a 45-second stop for Lacey there. So we'll see what the score does.
Lacey's come out to a bit of traffic in front of him. One person who will definitely take advantage of that is Mr. Godzilla, although he's yet to pit. So, yeah, Lemke, now Green, and De Gran, and Godzilla is yet to pit in front of Lacey.
I think Banksy will be coming in for a pit now.
Right. Is this your whisper? Do you sense it?
He's passed him, so I think he's going to try and just do a fast one and see where he ends up. And, that's what I would do to see if I can get... It's a bit like testing yourself for your pit stop, isn't it? Did I do a quick pit stop? I know how far away I was before.
School's in the pits as well now.
Oh. Right, let's get on to Lacey. Let's get on to Lacey, see where he is on track. Okay, so he's got two more parabolicas to go through. Where's Schuller? Where is he? He's just moving. Can we see Lacey coming up? That will be Lacey in the background. Schuller will be keeping the lead of this race.
Yeah, absolutely nothing between them in the pit stops.
Yeah, yeah. So it could have been slightly different if that traffic that he got, that Lacey got, didn't hold him up.
Pitted, yeah.
Yeah. Great little racing there.
And good for Sculler that he's got a couple of cars between him and Lacey.
Oh, perfect for him. Perfect.
He's got Dahlgren right behind. Oh, he hasn't pitted.
Hasn't pitted yet. Neither's third place as well. So, story of the day really. Schuller started first. He's led a great race so far, not caused any problems. Pits at the right time, and he's still in first place. So he just needs to keep his head down now and crack on, and that will hopefully be a great little race for him. Kraus has made up good headway, but he's yet to pit as well.
Yeah, he's let me down. He's dead to me.
He's dead to you. That's it. On board with Xavier Eugenie. Has he got? Is that fine for position? It's not fine for position. No. Or is it?
I think he's just passed them both.
Yeah. He has, hasn't he?
Got a bit of a fight going on with Nate.
Paint job.
We nearly made Nate crash.
So he's got 2.5 seconds and 14 minutes to catch it.
He seems to be more comfortable in the wet, doesn't he? From what I've seen, but
We've got one Mallow. Was he the last guy that didn't get until the end again?
Yeah.
He's pushing the boundary again.
yeah, how's he getting on? Where is he in relation to the lap and 15 seconds? Is he even going to get in there?
I'm just trying to find him. I think he might have actually. Where's he gone?
10th. 6th.
I think.
The window is now closed.
Yeah, Malho is not
He's
getting in the
missed it.
pits. He's missed it. Yeah.
He's fucked a pooch again.
Bit of a blow for the team, but
It's pointless pitting then, isn't it?
Yeah. Just can't take the penalty.
just a reminder to those who are watching, and well, not those who are actually in it, but this round gives bonus points for Aston and Ferrari, which ironically no one will be taking advantage of but at the moment by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think it's just the bonus is that your points are doubled.
Okay. So it's not a case of they have to score, they have to win a race to get them.
No.
Okay.
And obviously they're using the same scoring system that we use in the main league, so you get points down to 50th. So everyone scores points that finishes more than 75% of the race.
Roger.
Yeah, so if it stays this way, I think Lacey will be going away with leading the championship, followed by Emo and Skilla, I think. Just rough calculations.
Thank you very much.
was going to do the beep beep beep.
Has Malho quit?
Possibly.
Possibly. Be a shame if he has.
I think he has.
Well, hopefully he learns his lesson for next week.
Yeah, he's just typing in Discord now. Here comes the racer excuses.
Yeah, it's not like it doesn't warn you on the screen and the in-game crew chief spotter, wherever you want to call him, comes over and tells you that the big window's closing with like 5 minutes to go.
Said he thought he had time for one more lap.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dear.
There's the front runners getting on then.
Pretty much same as before. Schuler and Lacey in first and seconds. It's difficult to know. I mean, you could say Lacey's making up a bit of time, but then he's now 3.1 seconds where he was 2 before. So it's obviously my little timing stuff isn't updating as much as I'd like it to, but.
Yeah, so well, not last lap, but Lacey went purple, sector 2, sector 3, but lost 2 temps in sector 1, 2 score. So they literally did a near enough identical lap times to the 10th.
Yeah. Something's happened to. Oh, Malho was the one who dropped out.
It sounds like he done the same thing they did in the first race, maybe gone before it's actually done the stop, or maybe missed his pit box, and when he's dropped him back down and stuff, it's 15 minutes to go.
On board with a trucker newcomer, a trucker newcomer, with his Lexus teammate in front of him. He's got Bentley for company in the rear. Hideous looking Bentley for company in the rear. Mr. Lenz. But
so you can spot him easily.
yeah, exactly. You definitely can't see that. Definitely can't miss that. These two Lexuses are currently hunting down Warden in P15.
I just need to go to the little boy's room.
Roger Dodge. This is where something significant speed happens at the front, and we'll be sitting there screaming for the camera to change.
Well, they're still 3 seconds apart at the minute, unless Sculler makes a mistake. Can't see it changing anytime soon.
Looks like they're exchanging lap times, as you said. They are literally on it. Mr. Wilk, P20. Looks like he's got a couple of cars keeping him company. Currently in a nice little fight here for 20th. Mad Al behind him in the Honda. And in front of him, straight in front of him, is the Bentley of Tribeca as well. I hate this corner. I never used to brake at the right points of this corner. Oh, just going wide on that corner there, giving the position to Mad Out. He'll be a bit gutted about that. Will he fight back? Let's have a look. sure he's going to have the legs on him to do that. And our race leader being followed closely by Lacey. It's been a race so far where we, you know, some questions to ask. If Lacey hadn't been held up by back markers, would he have been able to? Would he been able to have capitalised on the victory today? We've still got 6.5 minutes to go, but charge of speed. It's the same kind of stewarding rules and system apply to the Constructors Championship as it does on the Saturday League.
The stewarding, yes, that's the another change he made this season. Is that he quite like the idea of running in the main leagues now, and he's adapting it for this as well as the scoring.
Fantastic. And I guess ultimately, an interesting thing about this Constructors Championship as well is I suppose ultimately that is something that teams will be having their own private chats about, meetings about, on these kind of controversies. You know, what if when it comes to lap position and back markers? So it definitely creates a different emphasis, and I suppose a wider part of teamwork as well, which I like. It's ticking boxes.
Yeah, I think if I was a team manager, I'd be saying to my guys, you know, think about the long run. Don't think about your personal like wins and stuff. You know, if you know the guy behind you is quicker and you're in the same team, you know, let him go, let him pull you along as such.
Yeah.
And you know, like same like with sister teams. You know, I'd be looking like if I'm a sister team to the Ferrari, I'm thinking, right then, I'm going to let the Ferrari past as easily as possible if I'm getting lapped.
Just on board with Emil at the moment, they're having a little bit of a tussle with Kosowski for the 10th position, and it'll be interesting to see if we stay on with these boys down this main straight. It'll be interesting to see where this ends up. We've got commentators curse and the camera curse as well coming into the first corner.
I think it could end in tears.
It might end in tears. They're side by side. Is he going to try the switcheroo? Hasn't quite worked this time.
I just didn't think he had the front end to getting on the inside of the exit.
Great race in between the two of them, and respect as we like to see. Oh, there is a Porsche in the wall. Who is that?
Looks like Dave for 20.
Okay.
I don't know if Charger's back from the little girl's room.
I think he must be. There we go. Yeah. What a shame, Mr. Day. Don't give up. He's given up. So I guess 4 minutes to go. If that's terminal damage, yeah.
Yeah, I think we did 25 laps in the rain on Monday. So what's 24? What's 75% of 25? 20.
I think Dye just quit, didn't he?
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like yeah. I suppose that damage could have hurt him. Just on board with Nico Perez at the moment. He's currently challenging Gerlander in 25th. That's tight. What's He made it pretty clear then that he wanted that Honda out of the way while he's challenging Gerlander.
I think he actually liked being the meat between that sandwich there.
Yeah, we'll not go there.
Got a yellow flag. Back to green. So, if rubbing salt in the wounds wasn't enough, P1 Radek Schuller is now got into 1 minute 49.8 to just kind of like, you know, rub a little bit into Lacey's face. You can come at me, but I'm just going to put this lap time in just to give you a little bit of an idea, and I can put them in if I need to. So Lacey's now losing a bit of pace on him, and I think
maybe Lacey's heading off for the second position. You know, he's 2 P2s out of 2 races. You know, he's done good.
Yeah,
You know,
no, absolutely.
Schuller finished down the order, didn't he, in the first race?
Yeah.
So He's only losing what, 10 points to win the championship.
That's right. That's right. Good evening to Martin Pater and Python Racing. Napone,
Martin,
nice
the
to
old
see you.
China. You
It's
don't
nice
have
to
to pay any money tonight, Martin. I'm not racing. Martin keeps betting on where I'll finish, and I keep ruining it.
It's nice to see Napone hasn't actually said a swear word yet. But, that's rare.
Well, it looks like a foregone conclusion, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
You just
Well-
hope we've got enough fuel to finish.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that. That's a curse. Lacey's done well in that Porsche in the wet though, so that's not an easy car.
It's worth noting that Kraus has just had a bit of a, or at some stage in the race, Kraus has had a bit of a fallback into 13th, which is a shame.
Oh yeah, he's got a bit of damage, hasn't he?
All the mid-engine cars got a little buff in the wet in patch 1.7 on the wet tyres. So you know the Porsches notoriously very good in real life in the wet. You know where the engine is, you know, especially out of corners.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the Porsche on Barcelona. I was shocked actually.
I think
I thought it was great.
this is going to be the end of the race. Radek Schuller, is he
It
going
is
to?
indeed.
Oh, can we have a look at him as he passes the finish line? Is he?
Neither has finished the race.
Oh, just
Oh,
He did finish the race, yeah. So Schuller in P1, Lacey coming in P2, MO Plate in P3. That'd be a good result for MO Plate. Godzilla coming up the rear in P4. Again, another good result for Godzilla, given his exciting race he's had. Crawford Brown in P5, Kruger. Samuel Kruger in P6.
Crawford Brown set the fastest lap of the race on the last
He didn't he? 149.6. Dahlgren, Magnus Dahlgren in P7 with Sergio R11K crossing the line in P8. Don Jordan, nice to see you, my friend, in P9. Thomas Kasowski in P10. Emil P11, 12 Mr. Kops, 13th Nicholas Kraus, 14th Martin Schaefer, 15th we've got Rock Kops, in 16th we've got Eddie Warden, 17th it's Gianna Lenz, 17th, oh no 18th sorry, is Simon Trebek, 19th Mad Al, 20th Damien Wilk, 21st we've got Casper Nielsen, 22nd Nathaniel Shirley. I'm not going to read them all, I'll be there for ages.
That
There's
was a
40
good-
cars.
That was a good recovery right from Shirley because he was the one that was facing the pit barrier on the start. So he's going back 20 and expecting quite a lot of damage.
Yeah. That was good fun, I enjoyed that. Any highlights from yourselves?
yeah, all the cars that were caused the crash.
I know, literally. Every car you looked at, bang, it's gone. I think for me, even though it wasn't too exciting, but it was exciting for me, was I still think P1 and P2, I'm gonna say, I think we might have seen a different outcome with those back markers. Definitely played a part into it. Bit of controversy there to take
Yeah,
into the next.
He just gave Schiller that a couple of seconds advantage where he could, pick his lines. He wasn't hard, thinking about defending because Lacey was up his arse. So it was good.
Yeah. Excellent stuff. Excellent indeed. Right. Who have we got coming in? Just so I don't embarrass myself.
Top three.
Excellent stuff. Hello, gents. Welcome to, well, you're here because you got the top three of that race. We'll start with MO Plate. Good race for you. How did you find it? How was the transition from dry 25 minutes to a wet 45 minutes? Not too sure Emo's there. They might have literally just...
All spoke at once there. That was great, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right. Who have we got?
We've got Lacey as third.
Right. Excellent stuff.
Yeah,
Lacey is third or Lacey second?
second.
Second, that's the one. Lacey, we thoroughly enjoyed watching you guys at P1 and P2 fighting for race position. I've got to put it in there, and I've got to talk to you about it. It kind of felt like the race kind of went away from you at that critical point when back markers played a part. How did you find the race, and how was that for you?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It's really difficult to overtake here. So the only real chance you've got when you're pretty much getting the same times as somebody is to go in for the pit and hope you get a good pit stop. And it's I got a good pit stop this time, but then came out of a battle further up the field, and they wanted to race me as well, even though they hadn't had a pit stop. So yeah, that held me back.
Okay.
Yeah, we did see that actually. We were saying if you hadn't had that hold up from the back markers, would you have, took first?
Yeah, but then after I came out after that, after I got past them, should have got I don't know 2-3 seconds lead, and I think we were swapping fastest times for a bit, but just couldn't make a headway into that, and he was just untouchable. He was just incredibly fast. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was it was an exciting race. We thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, well done for seconds, and cheers. I can imagine that it will be just like that for the rest of the season.
Yeah, hopefully.
I think we don't have Schiller in, do we?
No, I don't think they want to talk about it.
No. Okay. No. Well, thanks again, and thank you for everyone who was watching tonight. It was certainly a good start to season 4 on the Constructors Championship. So thoroughly enjoyed it, and we will see you next week for the second round. Cheers,
actually, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see you on Saturday for the 9 hours of Hungaroring.
Yeah,
50 cars. I think there's about 160 drivers. So check out the stream on Saturday from 3 p.m. till midnight. 9 hours.
Yeah.
I'll be racing.
Yeah.
Sort of. You can call it that.
Yeah. Cheers all. Thank you.